Alright, it's Battle, guys. I'm making another video from our most recent war, which was probably one of the most epic wars that I've ever seen. We were up against a clan that had some engineering bases going on, but this one was also the highest powered base that I think I've ever seen. It's a nearly max Town Hall 11. You can see there's just a couple walls for this guy to do, but everything else is, the highest level it can be. I'll come back to this one because that was a huge challenge. We kind of set it up that we knew we were going to try to get to it a bunch later. Now, I want to show you guys, first off, an attack by Alex, which he goes by Apple. But this is on their number 12, and this is one of those bases that's a Town Hall 9 with war weight of a Town Hall 8. You can see, though, it's got a level 8 Archer Queen and the camp space for a Town Hall 9, so that's what makes it tough. Now, he does have the my favorite CC troops, which is a Baby Dragon, 2 Valks, and a Wizard. Those are tough to take down because the 2 Valks, they really rip through anything, and they've got a lot of health. But what Alex does is he puts that poison down. He tries to keep all his barbs, his archers, if he puts down here. He kind of keeps them in the poison so that the troops have to keep coming back, and that becomes a huge help. Now, when he enters, he goes straight in at that enemy Archer Queen, because if you're going to use hogs at all, you have to make sure you take that lady out. Now, he uses some Valks, and he funnels out real well. He doesn't even use many Wizards to funnel, but you can see he does an effective job of it. Funnels it real well, so those Valkyries come in, take down that enemy Archer Queen, no big deal. Now, he's going to use a heal on the Valkyries, too, to make sure that they just keep pushing through. And fortunately, they're going to go towards that enemy Barb King, which is not a big deal for hogs, but it also helps because there's a lot of defenses up that way. So when he does put on his hogs, he's going to use a heal when they hit that bomb. It's pretty great placement for that heal. But also check this out. He's taking great patience to see that these other hogs are dying, and he doesn't burn up another heal spell to do that, to save them. He just goes ahead and he lets them die and puts in some more surgical hogs. And it's great because then he can put the heal spell down where they're all going to be included right here when they get past that those defenses. There are some more bombs right there by the mortar, so that's why that was kind of a good idea to do it then. And then he's got like almost 12 hogs still alive so that he can just get to cleanup. Now, great attack, real smart. You can probably see down here in the corner he put in a Wizard and another Archer that he's been saving just for cleanup help. And there's nothing left of this base. It's all cleanup, so I'm just fast forwarding because this one is down, no trouble whatsoever. The next one I want to show you guys kind of accents a little bit of the Town Hall 9 versus Town Hall 8 advantage. Now, forward's a Town Hall 9, and when you first make that jump to Town Hall 9, it's not easy. There's a lot more defenses you have to face with other Town Hall 9 bases, and the troops, you really have to do some upgrading before you're really ready to take down those bases effectively. So what he does is he uses his extra spells, and you can see he also has 11 dragons in this army composition, which helps. And he takes down the two air defenses on the backside. And the sweeper is facing that way, so it makes a lot of sense for him to funnel his dragons in behind the sweeper. And he's only got one more air defense to take out. I wanted to point this one out because you can see the enemy, his Archer Queen does a great job of helping funnel those dragons in as well. And then he drops in his Barb King and does the same thing on the other side. So they're setting the edge so that these dragons don't start wandering, and his loons come in. This is a great attack. He's got so much power here that the remaining Teslas, Archer Towers, and whatever else, bombs, they're not going to be enough to take out his dragons and loons. So when we fast forward a little bit, you can see how that funnel helps the dragons pretty much stay together in this core, just sweep through this base. Really, really smart attack, really well done. Great job planning forward, and it makes it on the cut. So let me fast forward all the way, and then we get on to another attack. So the next one I want to show you guys is from Holler. Holler's been doing a really good job. He has an attack up here on a Town Hall 11. Now, it's not a true Town Hall 11. This guy just upgraded, and let's see, it looks like he upgraded the CC to a Town Hall 11 status, but all the other defenses are still Town Hall 10. But what's interesting about this base, you can see he's got some ground expos. So when Holler does his queen walk, you want to make sure you stay away from those ground expos because, I mean, you don't want the queen taking too much defense hits, especially from point defenses. And so fortunately, the way he set it all up, it works out really, really well. He keeps her going with those healers, and her health doesn't diminish too badly. He gets a good CC pull, and with that poison down there, and he's got the queen ability still and everything, it's not going to be too much of a problem. He uses the ability right there. So now a big part of this attack, or this defense, is already kind of taken care of. You got to make sure you take out that enemy CC. So he's using his Barb King over here to funnel these troops. Great idea, because the way this base is set up with these compartments being long, it's like a bowling alley for these Valkyries. They just go straight down through there, and within clearing the side buildings, they don't even stray too much. They go straight into the core and just start taking care of all these other defenses that are hitting him. Now we always take these heals because you can see the healers stayed on his queen in this attack. So these Valkyries, if you don't have a heal, they're going to fizzle out. But he does a great job of healing them up when he has to, raging them up to get through these walls, because that's exactly what the rage does. It makes them walk through walls. And I think I've said that before in other attacks. But he does a fantastic job. So at this point, you got a couple defenses still hitting, but his queen is doing a good job of cleaning through everything. His Valkyries are taking out all these junk buildings on the side. So he's got enough power, and he had that extra heal handy right there to keep them alive. Enough power, enough health. He's getting through this base without much problem. Now this is really, really important, because at this point in our war, you can see this is the number 5 that Holler takes out, and Holler's our number 6. We didn't have a lot of attacks left, and we wanted to try to save as many attacks as we could for that enemy number 1, because we wanted to figure out what was going to work, what wasn't. Now, I do want to show you guys this attack, which is mine. We scouted number 4 first, so we knew that the enemy was, like I said, the baby dragons, 2 Valks, and a wizard, which I love that. Now, after I lure it, I do this on purpose. I'm going to show you guys. I put 1 minion down there. Now, the idea is that those Valkyries are not going to come over to the minion. They can't hit it. So when I put in my Archer Queen, I want my Archer Queen to only have to deal with the baby dragon and the wizard first. That's on purpose, like I said, because a lot of people lose their Archer Queen when those Valkyries come in. She's trying to focus on the Valkyries, and the baby dragon's also hitting her, and it's just too much. Takes her down. So I planned it this way. I'm going to put my Valkyries in so that they go straight in to where that enemy Archer Queen is, even though she's not going to be there by the time my Valkyries go in. And you're going to see that there's also some Teslas that pop up, and those Expos are also going to be in there. So I want to make quick work of all of that with my Valkyries. I'm going to rage them up right away, use a heal as well. You can see I use the enemy, I get rid of the enemy Archer Queen with my ability right there. And I sacrifice my king, just clearing some junk buildings on the side. And fortunately, it works out really, really well that my wizard that I put over there does a great job clearing out some troops. So here you go. You see my Valkyries running wild in here real quick. I'm going to use a heal on the top Valkyries because, like I said in the last attack, my healer stayed on my queen and the other Valkyries over there. So I got to keep those ladies alive. And that heal is going to do a great job of doing it, making sure that they get through and clear those buildings over there. And you can also see, like I said, my wizard takes care of that archer tower, which is big. So that way my Valkyries don't have to retarget, go back. It doesn't waste any time. So it's all coming together. I know I'm losing my healers right here. It turns out being okay because there's not a lot of point defenses left. There's only a cannon and an archer tower. But as you can see, my Valkyries coming around. I knew right at this point, I was really excited. I knew this was going to be my 3-star attack right here. And we didn't have many more attacks to waste, just like I said in the last one. So this was a big one, I thought. Tough base. The way that the layout is, it doesn't allow Valkyries to really just keep moving straight through. It does kind of spread them out a little bit. So I was pretty proud of this attack. And now we're going to move on to Aleface on number 3. So Ale is a Town Hall 10. And I want to show you guys a smart attack that he does here. And his Valkyries do some weird pathing, I'll be honest about that. But you can see what he does. He leads his healers over to the right because that's exactly where he wants his Archer Queen to go. And that wizard doesn't have anything to take it out, so it's just clearing some space over there. Now, smartly enough, you can see that he released those 2 hogs as that Archer Tower was going down. So that way the hogs target the archer tower, but as soon as it goes down, they're not going over towards the cannon. They instead went in toward the air defense, which pulls the CC out. So Ale smartly has enough time and enough health on his archer queen. He doesn't have to use the ability. And you see that he put that giant in there ahead of her, so that way he can have a little cover fire for his wall breakers to make sure they get into that compartment right here, because that was kind of big. He wants to clear out as much as he can so that when he releases his Barbarian King and all of his Valks right here at the 4 o'clock spot, they kind of go straight in, and then he can make a path towards the town hall. So it's working out great, taking out all these buildings on the side. That rage is going to help them break the wall and really start going in. Now his jump is on purpose, making sure that it doesn't open up any other compartment but that core. And he freezes up the back. But this is where the Valkyries get kind of weird. He rages them, and they start taking a weird path to where they beat up on this wall instead of taking out the other Inferno. But this again is why it was big that Ale saved his Queen ability, because that way he goes ahead and he takes out the Inferno with that ability of the Queen. So he's making quick work of it. Still has a lot of troops alive, a lot going on. You can see that he ends up putting in 2 more hogs in that back as the archer tower is beating up on a Valkyrie. And that's big. That takes it all out, saves him a lot of time, because then he can go ahead and put in some minions for cleanup. And I'm going to fast forward because this base is done. Way to go, Ale. Great job on this Town Hall 10. Definitely needed it. That was our first shot on that Town Hall 10. Now, I'm not going to show you Kramer's attack on 2, even though it was another great attack. But I do got to show you the way that we win this war. Now, at the same time that Kramer's hitting this base, their enemy number 9, which I showed you as a Town Hall 11, is also hitting Kramer, trying to get 2 stars, maybe even 3 stars to help them get a win, because they had more percentage destroyed than we did at this point. So if it ends in a tie, they were probably going to beat us. But with Kramer, he wants to make sure to get that Town Hall. You can see he's using a good queen walk right here. We tested out a couple times, trying to make sure this turns out perfect and see how far it can go. And then he's going to use some bowlers down here behind a golem to clear out the other space and to make sure that he can kind of funnel the rest of his bowlers in. He doesn't want them to run wild around these donut-type bases, because he's going to drop in a jump spell right there at the core and take out, the Eagle Artillery. He's going to freeze that along with an Expo and take out this Town Hall. We needed that Town Hall to go down. Like I said, we may not have won this war if we didn't get it done. But great, great job. Everything comes together at the right timing. That's what Kramer's doing so well at. You can see he uses his Warden ability just to try to save everything, to keep making that push, because after this Town Hall is done, got to get that 50% for the 2-star victory right here. But he's got enough troops going that one more percentage to get, he's going to get it. And there it is. So everybody on our side, a lot of stress going into this finish of a war. And this game should be fun, kind of stress relieving, all that kind of stuff. But man, when these wars come down this tight the way it is, it was tough. So this was an awesome feeling to see that Kramer got the job done and that we were going to win this war against a clan that, they had more firepower than we did from these engineered bases, which is tough. We're not about it. We're pretty vocal about it. I get kind of upset about seeing it. But we're not going to be doing that with our clan. We're just going to keep doing it the best way that we think is fair, and skill wins in this case. So this is it. That's another awesome, awesome win for us. And let me just flash over here real quick. I'm not going to show any defenses, but man, these guys did an excellent job clearing out every single thing that we had. I was pretty impressed by some of their attacks. And that's it for our war. So signing out is back.